Sniper Elite 5 is in its final stages, and we've actually had a release date. We should probably talk about that.
We know the risks. If we do not take them, no one else will. We must be ready to make that sacrifice.
Developer Rebellion has recently announced that Sniper Elite 5 has gone gold. What does that mean, you may ask? Well, it means that the game is completely ready and they are going to ship it now. The third-person shooter was only announced back in December, so it's been a pretty quick turnaround, with the game set to release on the 26th of May. It will be on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, I'm assuming all the Xbox consoles, and of course PC, which is where I will be picking it up. Sniper Elite has been an incredibly long-running franchise at this point, with the first releasing on the 29th of September 2005. Sniper Elite V2 is where it really picked up and got its name from, and of course the remaster coming out quite a few years ago. Yet it was Sniper Elite 4 that really was where I fell in love with it. I played 2 and 3 and I thought they were decent games, and I thought 3 was also a very good game, but the controls were a little bit clunky for me. Yet 4 for me was perfection. The co-op of going through certain missions set within the Italian Alps in World War II, using stealth or running and gunning, trying to find different ways to blow up or shoot the testicles off your enemy, and of course those beautiful X-ray shots, hell yes, and they will be making a return in Sniper Elite 5. But speaking of the new iteration, what can we expect from it? Well, it's set in France in 1944, as part of a covert US Rangers operation to weaken the Atlantic wall fortifications along the coast of Brittany. Elite marksman Carl Fairburn makes contact with the French resistance. Soon, they uncover a secret Nazi project that threatens to end the war before the Allies can even invade Europe. Operation Kraken. Now, as far as I can tell, Operation Kraken wasn't a real thing during World War II, but it is based in some part of reality. The game is, of course, going to give us some complete customizations of all the weapons as usual, changing the scopes, stocks, barrels, magazines, and of course, what rifles you want to use. Being able to take explosives, bandages, anything depending on the type and style that you want to head into each mission. But then it gets more interesting, because whilst we do have a release on the 26th of May, Sniper Elite has always been one for adding and adding, even post-release date. Things like DLCs and expansions. I mean, we've been able to shoot the big bad German man in pretty much every Sniper Elite game. Is that going to be the same in this one? Who knows? I think it's kind of a staple of the franchise at this point. But let's talk about the biggest new addition. This is Invasion Mode, and it's had some mixed responses from a lot of people, because I think it looks awesome. But I have also seen that it does kind of change the way that Sniper Elite is played. Don't get me wrong, you're still going to be able to do your single player, you're still going to be able to do your co-op campaign missions. But Invasion Mode is almost a bit of a drop-in PvP / co-op, a little bit of both. We've seen in some of the trailers that there is more than one sniper. And I don't just mean, AI that you have to take out like in Sniper Elite 4, 3 and 2, but are played by real people. You can invade another player's campaign, drop in, of course being accepted, as an Axis sniper, engaging in a deadly game of cat and mouse, providing new dimensions to the challenge as you stalk your prey. People will be able to hop into your campaign no matter which mission you're in, and they'll be able to try and stop you, giving you that amazing push and pull, and of course increasing the challenge. You see, Sniper Elite can be as easy or as hard as you want it, but this adds a completely new dynamic difficulty setting, because it depends completely on the other player's skill this time. Now, of course, you don't have to do that. You could do completely single player, but if you want an enemy on the battlefield played by somebody else who will be a counter sniper, you can do that. Once again, though, there will be co-op. I think it's probably going to be dropping again, so that's a bit of a change. Before, you'd mostly be doing co-op campaigns or you'd be doing single player campaigns. I think now you can do a single player campaign, then if you need help with a certain mission, someone else can drop in, play a bit of co-op with you, and then head off along that way. There will be a full multiplayer as well. This is something that has been in Sniper Elite before, but it's not really been a proper multiplayer. It's mostly been 3-4 people co-op defending against waves and waves of enemies as you try and defend certain points, and it's great fun. But this is kind of an interesting direction they're taking the franchise, and one that I'm a little bit skeptical about. You'll be able to, of course, customize your characters and loadouts, but now you'll be able to earn XPs, medals, and ribbons as you take on intense, competitive 16-player battles that will test your sharpshooting skills. Once again, this is different to that survival mode that we've seen before, which is 3 other players, waves of enemies, taking them out one by one. This is going to be a full PvP, I'm assuming 8 versus 8 sniper warfare. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Sniper Elite has always been about that stealth, finding the right positions, calculating wind speeds, and then taking that perfect shot. Seeing your bullet sail through the air as it cascades into the skull of an enemy and see their eye pop out of its socket. It is brutal, disgusting, but incredibly satisfying. And multiplayer just doesn't really fit to that. Now in co-op, you do have these cool Sniper Elite moments, being able to line up the shot with your partner, taking out multiple enemies at once, even getting those cool X-ray animations in the co-op mode. Yet in full multiplayer, 8 versus 8 PvP, that's normally left and lended to more fast-paced shooters. Will it work with Sniper Elite? Can they pull off the same thing? I'm assuming you set up in certain places, maybe have certain points to capture, and being able to bunker down in windows, treetops, and of course bushes. Maybe using stealth to your advantage, or mostly probably just going all out sniping. That's the problem with it. Sniper Elite is so lended to this stealth and strategy, yet I feel just inherently when you're bringing in 16 players into a multiplayer, it's always going to devolve into just run and gun. Try and take them out. Try and find anyone and just hit fire them to the end. Or just whip out an SMG as you do when you start to panic, and it ends up just becoming another third-person spammy shooter. I could be very wrong. There could be a lot of potential in this big multiplayer. However, I am incredibly skeptical. Sniper Elite 5 though has a lot on the horizons. With all the new trailers, it's looking fantastic. I'm really glad that we're back in France, getting that very classic World War II feel in 1944 again, sneaking behind enemy lines, in the dark or at sunset, using bushes and buildings as cover, and of course the loud shooting of artillery or planes flying overhead to cover the shots of your rifle, choosing from the more powerful but louder shots to the stealthier, suppressed shooting, yet of course not doing as much damage or having that range, whipping out that well rod when things get close and personal, or the SMG when everything goes a little bit wrong. When it comes to single-player campaign, the story's never really been the talking point. It's fine, and that's all it has to be. Sniper Elite as a series has not had great writing, and the mission design is pretty decent on the whole, yet it is really that single-player and co-op stealth mechanics that is what hit home for me, and I really hope that they can improve upon it. It looks like they'll be continuing pretty much what we've seen in 3 and 4, which is more of the same, and I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. But please let me know. Are you looking forward to Sniper Elite 5? And are you glad that they're expanding the game modes that they have? Do you think Invasion could work? Dropping in and doing PvP against another sniper while you're trying to complete your missions? Or even the 16-player multiplayer? I'm very skeptical about it, but I'd love to know what you think. But leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a dislike if you didn't. But until then, I will see you in the next one.